board.
Hey guys, and welcome back to a new video. These Reddit opinions are not mine. I will only be stating whether I agree or disagree, and my thoughts on the matter. Please, let's try to respect each other's opinion, and I just want to make it clear that this is not to offend anyone. Alright, let's get started, so this video can be as short as possible. I don't think Yuna is being sexualized, clothing wise. Okay, so as someone who is the same age as Yuna, it is not uncommon for me to see my friends wear revealing clothes. I would have done the same if I had a body like Yuna lol. She is allowed to wear whatever she wants. However, the problem is that these idols don't have complete freedom in their choice of styling, and therefore we do not know if Yuna is comfortable in these types of clothes, no matter how confident she looks in them. And if you look at JYP's history of sexualizing the younger girls of their company, it is not a surprise at all that people are outraged and overprotective over her issue. It is better to speak up now, rather than looking back in 5 years and complain then. Of course people are going to be uncomfortable watching a 16-year-old being sexualized on stage, especially since she is the visual. I do not know whether her choice of clothing is to attract more people, but if it is, then it is pretty fucked up. But if I'm being completely honest, I have not had any problems with her clothes. I did not see it as sexualizing until people started to call them out for it. So yes, you can argue that it is people who view her in a sexual way and not the company, which is pretty unlikely since it's JYP. One do think it is good of people to call them out in case Yuna actually doesn't want to wear those clothes, but is forced to. If I were an idol, I would rather bark, do EJO, or do wedding vows than talk about serious topics in fan signs. This is certainly unpopular, but I do agree, maybe not the wedding vows part though lol. I'm just like the OP described too. I wouldn't have a single clue of what to say and respond as a person who is better at writing down her thoughts. Idols may have trained for how to handle such situations, but I think I would have still been a bit uncomfortable. And also some fans just decide to randomly trauma dump on these idols. Imagine 300 people telling you about how much they have suffered in life. That is incredibly exhausting. Just keep it light and fun. They are entertainers. They want to make you smile and laugh, not discuss a serious issue in the middle of a fanzine. The dollar bills part was my favorite in Money. I love Lisa, and I don't think her singing is horrible. I actually like it in Hope Not, and Don't Know What to Do. But the one in Money was just too shrill, and you can clearly hear that she is straining her voice. And honestly, the lyrics may be cringe, but it is not so different when you compare it to Western songs, and nobody seems to complain there. I think people just didn't expect that from Lisa out of all people, but none of us knows this girl. She may actually be twerking when she buys the things she likes lol. Jungjoon should leave twice. I worry about her health too, but I don't think she is done yet. Lately, she seems to have been in good spirits, and I do not think it is for any of us to decide or even suggest what she should do. She has worked hard to get here, and I don't think she is going to give it up after coming this far. aespa wouldn't be a big name in K-pop if they did not debut under SM Entertainment. Obviously, is this even an unpopular opinion? They would not have been as big if they weren't a part of the big three. That is already given. Being in SM comes with a lot of advantages. People start stanning groups and idols before they even debut because they are a part of SM, but they would not have had the same concept if they were in a smaller company. I think they wouldn't have taken that risk, and they wouldn't even have the budget for it lol. I do agree with that their live performances aren't that entertaining to watch, and at first I didn't think the girls were anything special. However, Savage completely changed my mind, and I see now why they are so popular. I feel like the way male idols wear crop tops isn't that empowering and can even be gimmicky. The thing is, I don't think that the intent was to be empowering or destroy gender roles at all. Male idols wearing crop tops is sexy, and I think that was what they were going for. Their stylist is just following the latest fashion trends, and is probably trying to go for a more sexy, darker, and edgy vibe. I do not think they had any sort of agenda behind it all. It is more so the fans pushing it. And of course they wouldn't wear it off stage. Imagine if all idols wore their stage outfits off stage. That would have been questionable. BTS are the best because of ARMY, and it is not a bad thing. I completely agree. Why would they be so popular if they were bad? I know that their personalities does play a huge part in their success. Their content is entertaining and makes them relatable. However, the quality of their music is superior. I know that it is subjective, but the songs they put out are really amazing, and I wish people would start to appreciate their artistry and musical abilities more. Personally, I do strongly believe that BTS is the best. Street woman fighter dances aren't that impressive to the point where you can start degrading idols. Well, even if they were very impressive, why would you still degrade idols for that? There is literally no need to boost the girls up by tearing down female idols. Focus more on the girls' talent instead of mentioning idols whenever you get the chance to. Anyways, I think that some idols would be able to pull the dances off if they were just given the choreography and told to practice it. But the difference lies in the freestyling and choreographing part, which is incredibly hard to do. The reason as to why idols wouldn't hold up there is because of the lack of experience and the level of professionalism that it takes. This is their speciality and they are expected to be better than idols. It would honestly be disappointing if they weren't. However, you still don't need to drag idols left and right just to prove that point. Giving positions to each member is pointless and unnecessary. Okay, I'm sorry, but what? I think the OP may be a little confused on what the positions mean, or that they don't really understand the K-pop industry. These positions are a marketing technique to help the members stand out individually. It's a tool for fans to get to know them better and to get a feel of the group dynamic without doing a full-on research on the group. Also, everyone does not dance the same way in a group. Clearly someone is going to be better than the rest, and the dancing is not always synchronized. Furthermore, the visual is not as subjective as you guys think it is. The member who is the visual fits the Korean beauty standards the most. It doesn't matter if I think someone else is prettier, that doesn't change the standards of beauty in Korea. In short, positions are not pointless or unnecessary, but I don't think that it is something that a group can't function without. K-pop is losing its meaning. I bursted out laughing lol. Since when has K-pop been about embracing Korean culture? It has always been heavily influenced by Western music and other cultures, more specifically black culture. Don't you guys think it's weird how you want it to be exclusively Korean? Kinda feels like a fetish to me lol. Are you here for the music, or because they are Korean? These new groups are literally doing what the groups of the older generation did, but okay. At least the OP actually understood the meaning of unpopular opinion lol. Most of the savage K-pop idols aren't exactly savage. Savage is one of the words that has been overused and misconstrued a lot, along with iconic, legendary, cultural reset, and duality. Even I overuse these words lol. But yes, people will call anything savage. An idol fake laughs? Savage. An idol side-eyes someone? Savage. An idol is being rude? Savage. People also use this savage excuse as a way of being mean to others. For example, a lot of stans for a particular idol who is generally considered a savage thinks that they are just being cool and funny when they are actually just being mean towards others. But they pass it off as, oh, my idol has a savage humor and therefore I can make nasty jokes. Also, a lot of these idols are just being plain rude, but everybody calls them a savage. However, savage doesn't always need to have a bad connotation. Suga is a good example of someone who is a savage, but not a rude person. He stands also always has the best clapbacks. Every group has a weak link they'll be better without. I'm sorry, did they just call Jin untalented? Ma'am, I think you've got it fucked up. It doesn't matter if those they named weren't in the group. People will always seek out the so-called weak one. Also, this industry is clearly not only about talent. Visual and personality has always been a huge factor to a group's popularity, and many of those so-called weak links are huge attractors. Furthermore, we have no idea of how much they contribute with behind the scenes, so who are we to call them weak because of what we see on stage? I would hate to, and I don't follow any idol, celebrity or fan account. I just know that OP think they are different after that post. Newsflash, you are not as edgy as you think. I respect your unpopular opinion lol, but I disagree. There is nothing wrong with supporting your faves and showing them appreciation for their work. Some stans are just trying to get updates of their future activities. It is not that deep. Let people do what they want, oh my gosh. If you don't care about an idol's personal life, then why do you care for their fans' personal life? Also, isn't this the whole point of social media? The only thing I agree with is that extreme celebrity worshipping isn't healthy. Yes, I'll give you that. It's time for YG to just say it. Blackpink has effectively disbanded. Free the members to pursue their goals. This is literally brought up 300 times every year lol. I'm not happy at all with how YG manages Blackpink, but for them to disband is just stupid. They aren't active, yes, but the same goes for a lot of other groups who had a long hiatus. These girls are obviously still relevant and in demand, even if they don't release anything. Besides, Blackpink has their job as brand ambassadors, which also brings them a lot of profit on the side. YG announcing an actual hiatus or disbandment would only hurt them in the end, because Blackpink brings them the biggest profit. I get that it is frustrating that they are the most popular girl group, but barely does any group activites. We all really do want to come back. But disbandment does not make sense, since they have some projects coming up that are guaranteed to outsell and bring money to the company. I prefer music videos that isn't performance based. Honestly, I like both type of music videos. Sometimes I'm more interested in the performance and other times I just want a normal video. I think I started to prefer performance-based music videos after watching so many music videos with just various shots of the idols' faces. That is seriously the most boring idea ever. But yes, if there is some kind of lore or storyline involved, I may rather prefer that, because at the end of it all, we still get a performance video on the side. Also, I like that a lot of camera work is involved in the performance videos. That is actually a big reason as to why I watch them. If I want a fulcrum of the dance, I can just watch the dance practice. It all depends on the concept, the organization of the video, and if the visuals or storyline even add something to the MV. Girl groups struggle more than boy groups nowadays. Hasn't it always been like this? It's sad, but true. Misogyny is very present in the industry and amongst the fandoms. A single scandal or misunderstanding can ruin an entire girl group in just a day. Boy groups often have a strong fan base that will support them no matter what. A lot of girl groups fall off after a hit because they can only rely on the general public. Also, K and I-net do everything in their power to tear them down and prevent them from being as successful as they could be. I hate K-pop camera work in live stages. I think that this is a popular opinion, but I have to disagree. I love the camera work in K-pop, far better than Western performances. It is one of the things that made me fascinated with this industry. To me, it is what makes a performance fun to watch, especially when a dance move fits perfectly with the camera movement. If I want to watch it from the audience point of view, I can watch a fan cam or a dance practice video. But I do hate when they zoom everything out so that you barely see the idols on stage. That gets on my fucking nerves. Or when they miss the best part of a choreography because they were doing some useless camera trick. There is nothing wrong with saying a group will become the next Blackpink or BTS. The thing is, you are kind of setting your faves up for ridicule by doing that. It is very unlikely that a group will surpass them or reach their status of popularity for the next few years. Just let these other groups do their own thing without putting the pressure on them of being the next big thing. But honestly, I don't think the phrase is that serious lol. aespa can't keep up with Savage's choreography. I kind of agree with this one. It was pretty underwhelming watching their live performances of this song honestly. I think the whole choreography is very camera oriented. It was meant to look good with amazing camera work, so when you watch it in, for example, a full cam, it just doesn't look as appealing. I got bored very easily while watching them, and I also think their facial expressions play a part in it. Maybe it is a part of their concept and that is the reason, but they look like robots being forced to dance. I also think their outfits may play a part in their performance, because they look rather uncomfortable to dance in. Overall, aespa is just not a group with strong dance abilities and they just need time to improve, and we need to be patient. I'm going to end this video here, before it gets too long. However, I'm going to make part 2 because I have a lot of other opinions to address, so please subscribe, so you don't miss out. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, and leave a comment down below.